Oh, you want a house?
Well, I guess they have
What
to be,
about
right?
Meghan Markle?
Oh.
No, we're not.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
No,
I don't want Meghan Markle on our show now.
I think Kate would be wonderful.
She's a bully. She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc.
Just take a look at this. Yeah. Meghan Markle just faced a brutal TV snub. The Real Housewives of London straight up rejected the Diva Duchess from joining their reality series. And get this. While Meghan was shut out, the same cast openly said they'd love to have elegant Kate Middleton instead. The Real Housewives of London fired the shot Meghan Markle never saw coming. A rejection so cold it felt like watching a duchess melt in real time. And you know what? Meghan wants to be part of that world, but she is so unworthy in their eyes that she's dismissed, rejected, and treated like she doesn't even deserve a seat at their table. And if Meghan thought Hollywood would embrace her the same way she walked out of Buckingham Palace, then London's fiercest women just proved they'd rather slam the door than bow to a fallen duchess.
Real Housewives shows have had like guest stars and in them. So what celebrity do you think would make a great housewife?
The moment Meghan's name came up inside that studio, the energy shifted instantly. Producers expected excitement, applause, maybe even a glamorous conversation about adding a former duchess to the cast. Instead, the room froze. No smiles, no nods. Just that awkward, heavy silence that makes even viewers hold their breath. And when someone finally spoke, it wasn't appreciation. It was dismissal. Two cast members looked straight into the camera and replied with a cold, "We'd rather not." No explanation, no hesitation, no sugarcoating, just a firm rejection delivered like they were shutting the door in real time. That single moment, that tiny pause, was louder than any insult Meghan has ever faced in the tabloids. Because silence doesn't need clarification. Silence means you're not wanted. And right there, live on air, Meghan Markle wasn't just ignored. She was unwelcomed. No sugarcoating, just a firm rejection delivered like they were shutting the door in real time. That single moment, that tiny pause, was louder than any insult Meghan has ever faced in the tabloids. Because silence doesn't need clarification. Silence means you're not wanted. And right there, live on air, Meghan Markle wasn't just ignored. She was unwelcomed.
From other franchises, a celebrity, right?
Like a celebrity,
Like an A-lister? I would say Jennifer Aniston.
Victoria Beckham would be a good
Eva Longoria.
And just when that silence felt like enough humiliation, Juliet Angus stepped forward and delivered the final blow. A rejection so blunt it could cut glass. She didn't soften her tone. She didn't dress it up with courtesy. She didn't even pretend to consider Meghan as an option. Instead, she looked directly ahead and said a sentence Meghan Markle likely never imagined she'd hear publicly in her lifetime. "I do not want Meghan Markle on our show." No pause, no hesitation, no sympathy. Just a clean, confident rejection that echoed louder than applause ever could. At that moment, Meghan wasn't a duchess. She wasn't a Hollywood figure. She wasn't a global personality. She was someone being told she didn't belong, and the dismissal happened publicly, with millions able to witness it. What once was royal prestige now looked like open rejection, and the Housewives didn't just decline Meghan, they closed the door, loudly and proudly.
Kate would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I've said
A royal,
Right, yeah, you should probably have like
We all
a
have a
Brit
soft
Yeah, because she
join.
would surprise people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's tough as nails.
That's right.
But the real slap came moments later, because after rejecting Meghan without a blink, the Housewives lit up when the name Kate Middleton was mentioned. Suddenly, the same women who fell silent at Meghan's name were grinning, excited, almost glowing with admiration. Kate would be wonderful, they said, calling her elegant, gracious, the kind of woman who belongs in their world. And just like that, Meghan's image shattered in comparison. She didn't lose to another actress, she lost to the very woman the royal family kept, and she didn't. This wasn't just a preference, it was a televised ranking. Kate is classy, Meghan is chaos. Kate is welcome, Meghan is denied. Kate fits the royal mold, Meghan cracks it. You could practically feel the humiliation pour through the screen, like the universe saying Kate is the one they'd open champagne for, and Meghan is the one they'd rather leave waiting outside.
The trailer for Meghan Markle's Christmas-themed Netflix special has dropped, featuring a cameo and a kiss from Prince Harry. In the episode, the Duchess of Sussex shares her tips and tricks this festive season.
And what makes this even more brutal is the timing, because this rejection landed just hours before Meghan's new Netflix holiday special was set to release. Instead of momentum, she got silence. Instead of support, she got a public door slammed shut by reality royalty. She walked in hoping for elevation and walked out with a bruise to her brand. Live, visible, undeniable.
Which is really such a fake season too. I said this as soon as they announced it. She had just shot extra episodes, and in order to save face when season 1 got panned, she said, oh, renewed for a second season. Or really, they're just releasing the extra episodes. It's very obvious. You're so dumb. We're not all as dumb as you think we are.
While Meghan tried to present herself as a polished media figure, audiences dragged the trailer for being dull, empty, and painfully unfestive. It was labeled uninspired, lacking warmth, lacking spark, almost like the world was collectively unimpressed. And that rejection from the Housewives didn't just sting. It stacked right on top of her struggling content, like a reminder that charm isn't automatic just because she once held a title. So imagine this moment clearly. Meghan reaching for a comeback, reaching for relevance, hoping the entertainment world would embrace her. Instead, she finds herself shut out, silenced, overshadowed. When you need a win and the universe hands you humiliation, the fall hurts twice as deep. And this one played out in front of millions.
When she was on Suits, she was a huge Housewives fan. And her people asked us to have her on several times, and we said no.
But here's the twist that makes this entire situation even more embarrassing. Meghan once wanted to be a part of the Housewives universe. Andy Cohen himself admitted she was a huge fan of the show back when she was still on Suits, long before the royal title and global spotlight. Her team reached out for an appearance, hoping to be noticed, included, embraced, and guess what? They said no. She wasn't considered relevant enough. Years later, after royalty, after fame, after millions watched her wedding, she still isn't welcomed. The rejection didn't disappear with her crown, and the door she once hoped to enter remains tightly shut. It's almost poetic. She rose to global status, yet her original dream circle never opened for her. Fame elevated her name, but it didn't elevate her worth in their eyes.
I'm just gonna say it, she doesn't look good. She looks sad. She's makeupless, which I'm sorry, but it's not good. She needs some eyeliner. The eyes are too close together and she looks forlorn. I didn't actually ever realize how much work that eyeliner is doing on her. And here's just a little bit from the cover piece.
It's not just that she got rejected now, it's that she got rejected then and still did not pass the test. Twice denied, twice dismissed, twice told she doesn't belong in the world she admired. That isn't just a no, that is a full circle humiliation broadcast for the world to witness. Now step back and look at the symbolism. Meghan once stood beside the king's own bloodline, wearing crowns, shaking prime ministers' hands, photographed like global royalty. Yet today, it isn't the palace pushing her away. It's reality TV stars. Women with diamonds, drama, cocktails in hand, deciding she isn't fit for their table. That's not just rejection. That's a status collapse.
Now, the royal family is gearing up for a trip to the US to celebrate America's 250th birthday next year, but there's of course speculation that there will be no reunion with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They're reportedly set to be left out in the cold, according to...
Because when a duchess leaves the monarchy, the world expects her to land somewhere powerful, influential, untouchable. Instead, she is now facing rejection from a group most people join for attention, not lose it to. Think about that reversal. Meghan traded royal duty for celebrity freedom, only to discover the celebrity world doesn't want her either. She escaped one crown and wasn't welcomed into another circle. This moment wasn't about casting or television. It was about rank. It was about who belongs where. It was about a woman who once outranked everyone in the room, now being ranked below them. Royal bloodlines once protected her image, but Housewives just proved status means nothing when charisma, likability, and reputation don't follow.
We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like you. And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already shown us your true colors. We know who you are. You helped kill the queen.
Another layer to this downfall is something Meghan's team will never admit. The public may simply be tired of the drama, tired of the interviews full of lies, tired of the victim narrative that never changes chapters. At one point, she was the center of every headline. Now she's just another name the internet scrolls past. That shift isn't loud, but it's devastating. The reality is, once the world stops reacting, fame dissolves. Once people stop defending or attacking you, you're no longer relevant, you're just background noise. Meghan's content hasn't been trending for power. It's been trending for controversy, fatigue, and disinterest. Even Netflix scaled down their partnership. That alone speaks louder than any royal speech.
Absolutely no love lost between her and most people who may be somewhat warm towards the royal family, even if we're not big on royalty. She's reportedly bullied virtually everybody who's ever worked for her. She can't keep a staff in London. She can't keep a staff in Montecito. She's a bully. She's obsessed.
This housewife rejection didn't happen in her peak. It happened in her decline. At a time when she needed applause, she got silence. When she needed a comeback, she got a closed door. And when she needed public interest, the world gave her a shrug. Fame doesn't always vanish with scandal. Sometimes it dies with boredom. Here's the painful irony. Meghan once stood above celebrities, politicians, entire nations. People lined streets to see her. Cameras flashed like she was the world's chosen story, and every move she made mattered. Yet now she's standing below women whose fame comes from arguments, dinner parties, and champagne fights, and they still refused her. That is the definition of losing power.
She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc., and playing the victim.
Because a duchess never expects to ask for a seat. She expects it to be offered. Royal status is meant to elevate, not beg for relevance. But in that moment, Meghan wasn't royalty. She wasn't elite. She was a guest trying to get in a room that didn't want her. The hierarchy flipped. The crown didn't open doors. It closed them. This is why the rejection stings deeper than gossip or headlines. It wasn't just a no, it was a repositioning. Meghan was once the woman the world watched. Now she is the woman left waiting in line. Fame, status, titles, stripped by silence, crushed by comparison, replaced by Kate, dismissed by Housewives. A public dethroning, broadcast without mercy.
It's unbelievable how she created this whole racial firestorm for the royal family. She sat with Oprah. She clearly injected the issue of race. They were concerned about the color of my baby's skin. Turned out to be BS, among her other racism claims. It got so bad, and it turned out to be so untrue, that they weren't going to give Archie the title because he was...
And part of that fatigue didn't come out of nowhere. Meghan has been a magnet for controversy since leaving the monarchy. Megxit split the public like a fault line. The Oprah interview accused the crown of racism and neglect, and palace staff later alleged workplace bullying, claims Meghan denied, but headlines don't disappear once printed. Hollywood didn't stay loyal either. Netflix quietly reduced their contract, and Spotify dropped them entirely, proving fame can fade faster than fairy tales. The world wanted a princess, but instead got conflict, confession, and controversy, and that reputation now follows her like a shadow she can't run from.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
Maybe that's the core of her downfall. Meghan escaped the palace hoping to be loved loudly, but the love never arrived in the way she imagined. Hollywood wanted her sparkle, but tired of her speeches. The public adored her bravery, but grew weary of her battles. And while Kate became the quiet queen of elegance, Meghan became the headline queen of controversy. And reality TV doesn't want headlines, they want loyalty, relatability, and raw chaos. Meghan delivered drama, but not the kind they could sell.
She's drunk on her own ego.
What happened here wasn't just TV. It was a reminder that crowns fade fast when the applause dies. Meghan walked in expecting royal privilege, but the Housewives reminded her that fame isn't inherited, it's earned. This moment wasn't royalty versus reality stars. It was relevance versus influence, and relevance slipped from her hands. Downfalls don't always explode. Sometimes they whisper through silence. Through the second people stopped cheering. Meghan didn't lose a title that day. She lost the room. And as the cameras kept rolling, the verdict was written in expression alone. She was no longer the center of the story. Now the real question is this: does Meghan make a comeback, or was this the moment her Hollywood fairy tale finally cracked for good? Let me know what you think. Was she unfairly shut out, or did the Housewives simply say what everyone else was already thinking?